I'm Christy Hartman. Welcome back to episode 3 in my collaged folio series, featuring my exclusive whimsical zombie stamps from PM Artist Studio. Today, we are heading into a dance party like no other because these zombies move about the page. This interactive folio takes place in a vibrant field of black-eyed Susans, and thanks to a few hidden magnets, our adorable undead dance troupe is grooving across the page. We will be layering with gel prints from past videos, adding interactive touches, and having loads of fun. Grab your supplies and let's get started. These are the prototypes for my new zombie stamps available from PM Artist Studios. Your stamps will look somewhat different, as these are my illustrations. At the time that I was filming this project, the stamps were not available yet. These are printed on cardstock and were originally painted on a wood piece in an indoor dance studio. These 3 zombies will be part of the set you can purchase from PM Artist Studio, as well as the zombies you saw in my last 2 videos. Let's get started creating. We're going to make another folio for our zombie folio series. This is a 6 by 12 inch piece of chipboard, and it's a solid core chipboard. This is a 6 by 6 inch piece of chipboard, and you'll need 2 of those. We're going to put this together exactly as we put together the 3 folios in the 2 previous videos. If you did not watch me put those together, you might want to go back and re-watch it. Here is our finished folio. I have 2 hinges, one on either side. They open up just like that. I'm going to choose some papers to use for this. We're going to do a very similar process that we did for the last 3 folios that we did. So stay tuned. Alright, these are prints that I've had from previous videos actually. These 4 were actually done in a video where I was altering 6 by 6 inch scrapbooking paper. And you can go back and find it if you want to see how I did these. And I cut an inch off of each one of these, trimmed it up, because the piece that I want to use for the background was not long enough, so I'm going to have to do some piecing. And this was a piece that I did when I was playing with my Black-Eyed Susan stencil. So let me start gluing these. I'm going to center this one between these 2. I'm thinking these will fit on either side. Let's glue this piece on. So here's our folio. Open it. Here's the one side. Here's the other. Close it. I want to put pockets in here. That would be a fun pocket. Okay, so I'm thinking about this as a pocket on the front, and using from this page, I have all these Black-Eyed Susans. I thought they might be kind of fun to cut out. So I think I want this pocket right here. So let me glue this on. Let's glue this Black-Eyed Susan up here. This will be our pocket. This will be our embellishments. On this one, I'm going to do something similar. I'll do it off camera. I'll be back. This is going to be the closure, and it's going to go just like that. Let's trim this up just a bit. Sometimes a creative project has a mind of its own, and this one certainly had a mind of its own. My original plan was very different than what has transpired. My original plan was to take this scene, which is my illustration, and reproduce it on this background. But the more I thought of it, the more I didn't want to cover up this beautiful background, which I love. So I came up with this idea, having my little zombies dancing in this field of wildflowers. So I have cut out a few more of my Black-Eyed Susans from this print. We're going to glue them onto my background. Put one magnet here and one magnet there for the first one. Okay, I'm going to just leave those magnets like that in that location, and I'm going to glue these down. The other magnet will go on the back of our zombies, but we have some work to do to these. I'm going to use a blue or a couple blue backgrounds to put these zombies on top of. So I really want these to pop. So I think I'm going to use oranges. And again, I'm going to use the same color for most of these characters. There might be some subtle differences. But we're going to use the orange. We're going to use pale vermilion. We're going to use neon orange, and then the canary yellow. Which I think we'll color on this one. I think we'll use this royal blue. Let's work on this little guy. We'll go the same blue. let's do the heart red. I think I'll do all of the hearts red. I want to go over all these black sections with this black gel pen. It just kind of enhances it and makes it sparkle. I will finish the rest of the orange and the black up off camera and I'll be back. We're going to use pink on the skirt, and I have, this is blush, this is fluorescent pink, this is just basic pink, this is processed red, and this is mulberry. So we'll use a combination of those. So let's start with just basic pink, and I'm just going to lightly color in her skirt. All right, I'll do the other 4 skirts the same exact way, but let's look at this little guy. And I definitely want his bow tie to be pink. Let me finish the rest of these off camera and I'll be back. And I think I'm going to do the bows with greens, and I've got chartreuse, which is $9.89. I've got neon green, which is $103.09. I've got apple green, which is $9.12, and then I have $9.13. All right, so let's go start with chartreuse. That looks cute. Now I think we will do his straps the same way. I will do the rest of the bows off camera and I'll be back. Now for any of the white areas, I'm going to use a little bit of this slate gray, which is $9.36. Okay, I will finish up the rest of those off camera. We're going to do the flesh, and I want the girls in particular to have flesh tone. So I have light flesh, I have peach, I have blush, pink, and I have pink. So let's start by coloring our girls' face. With the light. And that's how I'm going to do all of the girls. I think I'm going to do his face and his feet green. Just seems to me that he needs green. So let's start with chartreuse. And I'm using the same greens I just used a minute ago. I've got poppy red, yellowed orange, Tuscan red, and then canary yellow. I don't know I'll use that, but we'll see. So let's start with our poppy red. Next, let's go in with the Tuscan red. And then let's go in with this yellowed orange. Let's kind of lighten it all up with a little bit more canary yellow. I might grab some of this pomegranate and just give a shock of pomegranate in there. Yeah, I like that. Okay, I'm going to do all the girls' hair. I'll be back. This is a piece that I think is going to go on the back of this folio. This is not available to you. It's not a stamp. If you like it, let me know. I can always talk to Mariah and see what she thinks. But I'm just using a little bit of this slate gray. Let me do the other one off camera and I'll be back. I'm going to dip dot these eyes with a white. Add a little bit but I will add a few little dots for highlights. I'll be back when they're done. I cut 2 strips out of the paper that I used on the inside, and I'm going to add it to this front. I kind of dressed up the front. I don't want to go over this area because that's where I have the magnet, but I could go beside it. I think it just needs a little more color. Like that. That just kind of finished everything off. We're going to put a zombie cat here. We're going to put one of my carrots here. Here are all the zombies. I used 2 pieces of cardstock, glued the zombie onto one piece, sandwiched the other piece of cardstock in the back. So now I need to get rid of the white edge. So we're going to use a little bit of black archival ink. Got black all the way around. I'll do the rest of these off camera. I'll be back. Let me share with you the process that I use to attach the magnets. I have the magnet already attached to my flower. I add a little bit of glue to the back of that magnet. I determine where I want my little zombie character to be positioned. I hold that down to the magnet. Doesn't necessarily pull the magnet off, but what it does is it reminds me how I need to turn the magnet so that it doesn't repel. Then I take, this is just a little piece of a gel print that was on rice paper. Put glue over the top of it, cover up that area. This is I think, an 1.25" punch that I used. There we have that magnet attached to the zombie, and then it adheres perfectly. Let me position the rest of the magnets on these, and I'll be right back. Now on the back side, I'm going to place this Be Unique sign. That works. Open this up. Here we have 2 of our zombies in the pocket, 1 zombie on the stage, the other 2 zombies in the other pocket. This is totally interactive. You can rearrange them, change out the zombies, and there we have the triptych. Now the next step is to finish off the front cover. I added this carrot to the front, and I'm not going to color this. I kind of like it just the way it is. We are going to color this zombie cat. Got green on him anyway, so I thought we would go with the greens that we have been using. For the heart, let's go with, this is pink. And then let's blend this just a little bit with a little bit of white. It'll lighten it up slightly. And then I'm also thinking we should add a little bit of white up here and just lighten him slightly. And we'll put some dots down on these patches. Let's put some pink dots on his whiskers too. And then let's put it on his bow. Let's add our zombie cap. Here's our finished folio. You can see the front, which the 2 flaps open like that. Here's the one side where our zombies fit into the pocket. We have our field where our dance troupe moves across the page. And we have the other flap where our zombies come to rest when they're not dancing. There you have it. Our zombie dancers are officially on the move. If you enjoyed this project, be sure to hit the like button. Leave me a comment. I always love to hear from you. And don't forget to subscribe. You never know what I'm going to do next. Until next time, stay spooky, stay creative, and keep dancing, even if you are not a zombie. I will see you in my next video.